Welcome back to Brick Theosity. I'm Mike, and today I'm going to be going over a raised platform for your Lego city. As we all know, as we find as we're building, the space is at a premium in any size Lego city. It doesn't matter how big, how small, space is always at a premium. One of the things that can help one create depth, a change in elevation, is a raised platform, whether you want to put a building on it, whether you want to put a ski slope or a car ramp or anything like that. This technique will really help add a little bit more space to your city. We've done it with a couple buildings on ours. Actually, we've done it with 3 now in our winter village, which we've kind of highlighted in some of the Lego City reviews and updates that we've done. So if you do find this helpful in some of our other how-to Lego videos that we put out there, go ahead, give it a like, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, I'll take this time to mention that Theo has his first video out under Lego Theory, playing off his name there. So it's about his underground abandoned metro station. So go ahead under the playlist Lego Theory and give that a watch. So anyway, normally I like to do a 24 by 24 platform on a raised building. As you can see, I've kind of shrunk it down a little bit. I just happen to have these 4 plates here to make out 24 across and then 16 up and down there. So you're going to need enough plates. If you're doing something in your winter village like we've done, we use white plates. If you're doing some sort of mountain or a roadway, you can either use the light gray, which we have some here, or the dark gray, the dark blue gray right there. So, but for this example, we're using blue just because we had them on hand. So you're going to need enough plates to cover whatever surface area you want. Like I said, we're doing 24 by 16, typically 24 by 24, but the principle will remain the same. Some 2 by plates. This is 2 by 16, and then we have a couple others that make up 2 by 16. So you want enough to cover the seams that you're going to have, which you'll see shortly. And the other thing you want to figure out is how tall you want this platform to be. So our platform on our Santa's post office, I believe, is about 20 standard bricks tall. On our Alpine Lodge, it's about 10. And then on the Elf Clubhouse, we did 5. So if you have any of these laying around, we had quite a few. I actually found one in yellow as I was sorting through some of our extra parts. And we have a bunch of the black ones as well. So these are 10 bricks high. So when we were doing the Alpine Lodge, it was fairly easy to go, okay, well, when we do the Elf Clubhouse, it's going to be half that, just to create different heights within the city, or within the winter village in our case. So these are 10. If you have any of these and you want to go that high, that's perfectly fine. Just know that is 10 high. For the example, we're going to be going 5 bricks high, so half of that. So I went ahead, just found as many 2 by bricks, 2 by 4, 2 by 3, and 2 by 2 bricks to get that 5 brick high level. So we need a total of 35. They're varying lengths. Some are 4, 3, and 2. So, but what I typically like to do is I'll take the plates, I'll fold them over. Obviously 1, 2, 3 seams. So I'll go ahead and get these connected. And you'll want to take the 2 by plate and connect one side to the longer plate, so you still have one showing there. And so when you go to set this one up, you have something to connect to. So we have our 2 plates connected, and then you just keep going down the line there. And then for our 4th plate here, Make sure you get them secured well. And there we go. Now obviously if you have a larger platform that you want to use, you'd extend it out. Just keep going with the same thing. Make sure you have the 2x to connect the seams. If we were extending this out, I would overlap the seam here. Just make sure that when I lined up my plates, you had enough sticking out, one on each side, and then you have a couple to secure in there. So, for example, let's find the plate here. So this is just a 4x plate. So if I were going to extend this, I would do it like that, and then keep going, just making sure that it was 24 wide, and then however tall you wanted it. So you just continue that principle on. I'm going to put this back for our example here. And then, so what I do is with the bricks, when I'm using various size bricks, I go ahead and put the largest one on the bottom, and then as I work up, just try to get it as centered as possible. Obviously, when you have 3 going on top of a 4, it's not going to be centered, but you can center the 2x over the 4. So you can see we have some Super Mario bricks there. So you're going to do this with all of these, and I figured when I was prepping everything that I would need, what did I do, 4, 5, 6, I did 7. So I'm gonna have basically 1 in each corner, and then a couple here, just to, I'll probably actually only need 6 for this size, but 1 in each corner, and then I'll put 1 here and 1 here just to give that middle section some support. So now the bricks that you use to build the supports underneath, that's an old brick right there. It really doesn't matter what color typically you use, because you are going to, or at least I am, going to cover up that space in between the bottom, and then we have the mills plating. So the mills plate would be down here, and then you'll have your supports underneath here. And this space I'm going to be filling in with a mountain. So if you're not, then I would use whatever color bricks you want. Maybe you want to do similar to like a concrete column that you'd find under a bridge. So I would use the lighter gray for that, to mimic the color of concrete. So all right, so we have 6 there. We're going to go ahead with 6. Okay, so if you're planning on putting a mountain or some type of face in front, so I'll typically count in 1, 2, and 2 from the side. That way I am not, or that I am leaving myself enough space here. So with a mountain, let's see if I can find one of the pieces I need here real quick. I was sorting through some of the extra pieces yesterday. I found all kinds of the sloped pieces that I was looking for, and of course now that I need it, I don't see any anywhere. But I'll use one of these for an example. So when you're making a mountain, you want to have various slopes, angles, on the face of the mountain. So this is basically a corner piece. And the cat doesn't need to be in the video, so it's basically a corner piece there. So you can see this is a 2x2. The slope pieces are 1x2, so you're 2 deep either way. But I like to leave 2 and 2. That way when I'm making my mountain, if this were the top of the mountain, I can have that to secure into the bottom of the platform. So, and then you'd have your mountain continue down. So that's why I leave that 2x2 space. If I wanted to do this, this would be a little bit easier just to line it up real quick. And then I just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect to get these centered. That's pretty close. It'll be close enough. And I might stagger this one just a little bit. So, flip it over. You have your platform. Put some pretty good weight on it. And then you can get your building right on top, whether you sit it. So with the Elf Clubhouse and with the Alpine Lodge, I have those angled with the rest of the Winter Village building. So with the Holiday Main Street, I have them coming off the corner and they're at an angle. So I put a little swivel brick underneath, and then that way, actually I have one right here. Well, so I secure this to the platform, and then I set the building right on top. That way you can move, you can adjust the angle that you want, if you even want to do that. If you just want it sitting flush, then you don't, there's no need for this. And then you can just have your building sitting on top there. So I like to have the swivel on an elevated building. That way I can adjust the angle, and I can actually set little tiles in front and behind the building so that it doesn't move. You know, if we're doing some stuff, doing some alterations and happen to bump the building a little bit, it's going to spin around if you don't have a stopper in there. So I just have a couple little bricks, some tiles, just to keep it from spinning around. The other thing in the front, I have some tiles of various shapes and sizes to cover up that space, because as you can see, you got a little space there. It's more prominent when you have a whole building sitting on top. So I went ahead and out front, I just put some tiles of various shapes and sizes just to cover up that little bit of space. So, and then what it looks like, when it's all said and done, we'll go ahead, spin around. So as you can see, this is the Elf Clubhouse that we're still working on. And underneath, like I said, this is this was 5 bricks high. So, get down here so we can look. So 5 bricks high. Put a little extra added support, probably more than I needed on there, but I had a lot of various sizes, so there were quite a few seams, so I wanted to get some extra support under there. And then this face here, and all around the sides, that's where I'm gonna have a smaller, you know, mountain, more of like a little hill, you know, to mimic rock. So, like I said, that one's 5. You can look over there to the Alpine Lodge. I kind of forgot what I was looking at there. You can see I have those beams underneath, and those are 10 high. And then this is roughly, it's about 22, 3, 4, about 24, 25 bricks high. So this is what the Santa's post office sits on top of. So that's what you can do with elevating. You can see we got the Holiday Main Street, and then on either side, and then in the middle we just go up and up. So it really adds a little bit of character to the city, instead of having them all just on one one surface. We raise it up a little bit, give it a little more character, a little more personality. So It's pretty quick and easy. I know this video ran about 15 minutes long, but the actual building the platform itself won't even take that long, you know, if you know, as long as you know the size that you want. So that's all we got for this edition of How to Lego Elevated Platform. So again, if this was helpful, give the video a like, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out stuff every week, oftentimes multiple times a week. So go ahead and click that little notification button as well, so you'll get notified of any new videos that we come out with. So thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a great day.